Good evening, and welcome to RPG Storytelling, where a bunch of chaotic friends enjoy an adventure of mythic storytelling. Before we jump into tonight's episode of Myths of Gaea, there are a couple of announcements that we wanted to run through with you. So I'll get us started. First off, welcome to Twitch. This will be our new home on the internet for all of our live-streamed campaigns and weekly community chats. We have a lot of really fun things planned for this Twitch channel, and we are so excited to bring you along for this adventure. Speaking of campaigns, we will be running the Myths of Gaea campaign right here on Twitch on the first Saturday of each month at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. We may eventually decide at some point in the future to change these games to an earlier time slot, just to adjust for people's schedules. But for now, this is when we start. Casey, why don't you take on our next ad?
All right. So we also have another Dungeons and Dragons campaign that RPG Storytelling is contracted to host on our channel. So every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we invite you to join the Dungeon Master and players on the ongoing Trapped in the Mist campaign as they battle against the forces of evil and attempt to stop the Curse of Strahd in the land of Barovia. So our Mythkeeper Sarah and myself actually playing this game, along with our audio engineer Dragon Lynn. And we'll be joined by our friends Dalton, Richard, Buck, and our Dungeon Master Steven. It's a very fun, highly exciting, and sometimes very silly adventure. And this Tuesday will be our 5th live stream episode here on this channel, and we look forward to many more.
Perfect. Kate, why don't you take our next one?
All right, so still on the subject of live streaming and campaigns, we will soon be opening up applications to all of you for RPG Storytelling to host your TTRPG content or campaigns right here on the RPG Storytelling Twitch channel. Many individuals and groups would love to have the opportunity to stream their content, but either don't have the skills or equipment to do so, or they worry about not being able to develop enough of a fandom to justify it. While RPG Storytelling is still working on drafting profit-sharing contracts for those hosted content streams, we believe that individuals and groups of creators will each benefit from the fans brought in by all the hosted productions. As we're able, we will make sure to keep you informed about when those applications will be opening up. So stay tuned for more information on that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Christy, you're up next.
Since this is our first live stream campaign here on Twitch, we're going to let you know where else you can find us on the internet. We will be posting our link tree, which contains all of our links in the chat momentarily. But we do have an Instagram, which is RPG_storytelling, a Facebook page, and a Facebook group, both of which can be found by going to facebook.com/RPG Storytelling, all one word. Over on TikTok, you can find us at RPG Storytelling, all one word again. And we also have a community Discord server, and all of our live streams will be posted to our YouTube channel, which is RPG Storytelling LLC.
Perfect. Amy, why don't you jump in for our next one?
We even have our very own online store where you can find t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, bottles, stickers, and so much more. Each of the items will include the image of one or more of our Myths of Gaea campaign champions, as designed by our amazing Gaian artisan, Dusty Graphics, or our company logo, our mythic red dragon, or our great and powerful Danu, as designed by Argentinian artist Constance Velasquez. Also coming soon to our store will be the design for this fabulous hat that I'm wearing right now, so you can cosplay our wonderful champion Saoirse yourself.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing other people wearing that hat. And it's all crochet. Amy actually created the design for it. It is just gorgeous. It looks even better in person, trust me. So for our final announcement, tonight we will actually be down a couple of players. Amber Lee, who played the character Ambelina, and her husband Eugene, who played Val, have, for reasons of their own, chosen to step away from Myths of Gaea and RPG storytelling to pursue other great adventures in life, many of which likely involve a house full of cute and very lovable fluffy kittens. We want to wish Amber Lee and Eugene all the best and want them to know that we love them very much. Also, our beloved Freya player, Katie, is actually currently on a camping trip this weekend with the love of her life. but she will be back with us next month to rejoin us as Freya, the demigod paladin. So come back and join us for that one to see what transpires. So unless anyone else has anything, I believe that concludes our announcements for this evening. So what do you all say we take a journey back through the pages of history to the myths of Gaea? Okay, so normally I would roll the intro video, but I rolled it earlier in the stream, so we're not going to redo it. But here at RPG Storytelling, we have a little tradition that we believe helps the players stay a bit more attuned to what is happening in the game's storyline, especially since we currently have a month in between each episode. This time we actually had 2 months because we missed last month. So while our amazing champions, minus Kate, because she wasn't in the game last time, are rolling their d20s, we will soon find out who will be telling the story of what happened in our last session. Granted, it has been about 2 months, so we will try to fill in any holes as needed. So here's how it works. The players will each roll a d20 dice. The person who rolls the closest to a natural 1 will be the player who tells our story. But if someone happens to roll a natural 20, they get to choose who the storyteller of the month will be. However, if someone happens to roll a natural 1, an actual natural 1, they automatically get to tell the story, regardless of any natural 20s. And as a special treat, whomever tells the story will get a Mythkeeper inspiration die, which is a d10 that they can add to any one roll during that session. So champions, what did you roll on your d20s?
I got an 11.
Okay. Who else? Amy?
I got a 19.
19
I
for
got a 7.
Kirsty, 7 for Amy. Cassie?
I have a 13. Sorry guys, I actually have an emergency call. I'm just gonna step out for one moment and I'll be right back.
Sure, go for it. So, what we'd like to do here, when someone steps off camera for a moment, we actually like to make it so that their Zoom video, because we're using Zoom for our video, is hidden for the time being, and we just display their actual character image. So what you are seeing currently is Cassie's character image for Greer. You'll also be seeing Freya, Katie's character, up there as well, since she's not here tonight. All right, so since it looks like Amy was our winner of the evening, why don't you tell us a little bit about what happened last time?
All right. So after the brief battle that occurred in the previous session, session 0, Saoirse and her new friends retreated to the Sacred Chalice to regroup. And they talked a little bit about what happened, and learned that some of the other people were also interested in this creature already. So, Saoirse and Greer had met the creature previously. Val had also appeared to be hunting the creature. Arius had had his friend obviously just stolen by the creature, and so we all seemed to have this connection to this large creature who we learned, I believe from Val, or maybe one of the other characters, was named Toonrog. And some of the characters were a little more cautious about revealing, what was going on with them or what their purposes were. But some of us were a little more talkative. So, Ambelina and Gray, they were both a little bit more quiet about who they were. Some of us were a little bit more talkative. Ambelina wandered off at one point. You know, as characters, we didn't really know what was going on. As players, we observed that she was following some guys and spotted some sort of winged creature. Freya also wandered off to look at some paintings that were at the back of the bar. Something, you know, as players, obviously, we only know this, but something had drawn her to them. In particular, she had looked at a painting of a dragon and some megaliths in a scene that she was really curious about. And I think a couple other of us went over to talk about it with her as well, and try to help identify what it was. Eventually identified it as a painting with Tefania and Frisena. We also noticed a guy with a hawk sitting in the bar who was very obviously staring at Gray the whole time that we were in there. Everyone was very curious about what that was about, but Gray would not say anything. Gray was just like, I don't know that guy, and left it alone. Then we all got a bunch of stew, and we were like, what should we do next? And we were like, maybe we should go to, where did we decide to go next? The castle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were gonna get
to try and talk to, oh yeah, I do have it here. We're going to go to the castle to try and talk to a contact there. And then on our way there, Ambelina got distracted and detoured. We didn't know what was going on. You know, player knowledge is that, you know, she had caught the scent of someone that she wanted to follow. And that's about where we left off.
Sounds good. So, with Ambelina rushing off after her prey, the rest of you curious about what or whom she might be chasing follow after. A quick left turn, then a right, hopping backyard fences and running down shaded alleyways. You take up chase after her. After several long minutes, you catch up to Ambelina, who is now standing in front of a large, heavy metal doorway. As you look beyond her, you notice that the lower corner of one of the two doors has been mangled so that it is bent inwards, allowing passage into the darkness beyond. Everybody give me a perception check real quick. Not necessarily needing one from you yet, Kate, because we haven't introduced you yet.
Should I roll one for Freya or just not for now?
No, not for now. And we'll just assume that Greer rolled pretty well as well. So all of you, in the darkness, you hear a collection of voices that are getting quieter the longer you stand there. Without waiting to discuss with the party what she is about to do, Ambelina rushes through the doorway into the darkness, Val quickly rushing after her. What did the rest of you do?
So the bent part of the doorway is big enough for a regular humanoid to slip through.
Yes, it is. It's also big enough for a centaur to walk through.
Why does this not concern anybody around here?
That seemed a bit rushed. Should we go?
Did she say what she was following, or was she just kind of like, you know, bloodhounding?
Wasn't she the one of the contact to the castle? It'd probably be good for us to stick together with her.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yeah, maybe it's a back way into the castle. Or certain doom, you know.
Aren't you an optimistic one?
Oh, so who's going in
Realist.
first?
All right, so it sounds like you all are following after, correct?
Yes.
All
You said it's
Our
dark in
brave
there?
one.
It is through the doorway. It looks very dark inside.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and hold it in my hand
Okay. Sounds
to
good.
create a light for those of us, including myself, who do not have dark vision.
Got it. All right. So, for those of you on Twitch, I apologize. The overlay that I wanted to use for tonight for our maps side wasn't put together properly, so we're not going to be able to use it tonight. But I will be posting the maps that we are using over on our Facebook page so that you can check them out there. You should be able to find our Facebook page through that link tree that I posted earlier in the chat here on Twitch. But for those of you here in-game, as you pass through the doorway, the darkness just kind of overwhelms you. But about 50 feet beyond the doorway, the passageway opens up into a large cavern. And if you're looking for your tokens, you should be on the map as soon as it loads for you. You should be up near the top right-hand corner. So around the corner, you can hear what sounds like running water. Or perhaps it's falling water. What do you do?
Arius is going to just very naively yell, "Ambelina?"
No answer.
Make our
We're
way
in
in.
the heart of the city, weren't we not? Look behind us. Did we pop through a magic portal or anything weird like that?
No. You look back through the doorway, you can see the city back there. Or at least the part of the city you can see through the little opening.
Some of these quaint little nooks and shops around here are so much bigger than they are on the inside than they are on the out, are they not?
So, do we chase after her?
Well, the good news is she's not a white rabbit, so it can't be that dangerous, right?
If I look closely, do I see like any tracks or anything, footprints?
Give me a perception check.
That is a 13.
Okay. So as you're looking down in the darkness, you see several pairs of footprints. Some larger, some smaller.
Do any of them look like they belong to, I believe it's a tabaxi, right? To a
Correct.
tabaxi?
Yes. There are a couple of feline footprints.
I suppose if no one's going to take the lead, we can follow these. And I'll go on ahead.
Got it.
Ah, yes, excellent. Let's do that.
So feel free to explore the map. And I will kind of narrate as you get to certain things, answer questions, propose checks as needed. And Saoirse, you have control of Freya's token as well. So, moving further into the cavern, you discover a large pool of water and a traveled path that circles around to what appears to be the falling water, falling down into a doorway. And as you move closer, you can see Ambelina and Val about to pass through that doorway. Do you choose to follow?
Hold up. Are they like in like knee-high water, or are they like swimming in this?
It's roughly about knee-high water.
As they're passing through, I'll yell again, Ambelina! Val!
And before you know it, both of them have both disappeared into the darkness once again.
Perhaps if we put out a bowl of milk, she'll find her way home later. No, you're going to go traipsing in after her, aren't you?
I could. I mean, I could. I don't know what good detect magic would do, but I could. It's obviously a portal.
To where is really the important question. Personally, I don't. My only reason for having gone to her is because she can get me closer to my friend, but I have no idea what's going on now.
I could try asking for help at my temple instead of going to the castle.
So then we all agree we're not going after her?
Oh, well, do you want to go into an unknown portal?
It's always good fun. He came out of an unknown portal. He's probably portaled out for the day.
Give me a perception check, everyone.
There's too many portals in one day.
Right?
This is a good idea.
So, Gray, with your dirty 20, even over the sound of the falling water, you hear voices through that doorway. Sounds very similar to the voices you heard before you entered the caves.
Absolutely a dangerous portal.
What makes you say dangerous?
Well, I mean, it could be that dangerous. They say curiosity kills the cat. I think she's still there. I don't think it's magical.
You think what, sorry?
I don't think it's magical. That's the good news. The bad news is it's still a dark and mysterious portal. How deep is the water?
It's roughly knee height, so not too deep.
I'm going to use shape water as I go so that I don't get my boots wet. And I'm going to approach the portal.
As Sarah knows, one of my favorite cantrips.
Oh, you should read the new one. But anyways,
Yep.
proceeding on.
All right. So it sounds like you, as a group, choose to follow through. Is that correct?
Arius is waiting to see what the group decides, and he'll do that.
Saoirse's gonna follow Gray up to the portal. She doesn't know if she's gonna go in yet. So it looks like Gray's examining the portal. I don't know what's going on yet.
Did you want to examine the portal? Or the doorway? It's literally just a stone doorway.
There's a stone doorway behind the waterfall.
Yep. Yeah, it's an actual carved stone doorway. And there's water just pouring through it from this pool.
Well, if it doesn't make a noise when we open it up, I'll be sorely disappointed. Does it seem locked?
No, it's a wide open doorway.
Okay.
No door.
Oh, well. I will use shape water to keep myself from getting wet while going through the waterfall.
Got it.
I will hold it open long enough for. Let's see, who's immediately behind me?
I am.
Oh. I will hold it long enough for Sorcerer to get through.
Not anybody else. Got it. So everybody else, as they follow behind you, they get a little bit wet, splashing through the water.
What's
they
the
do
range
get a
on
little
that
wet.
spell? It's not very far.
Nope. 2 feet, 3 feet, hard to tell. But as you step through the small waterfall-filled doorway, you come to a series of small ledges that are leading downward. In the dim darkness, you can see that Ambelina and Val have already made it to the bottom and appear to be in the act of sneaking up on something or someone.
Oh, that is a lot of enemies.
I whisper to the
You
group.
assume they're enemies.
Let's
They
be
could be our
careful.
friends, depending on how you approach.
Oh, sorry, that was said as a player, not as a character.
I whisper to the group. Let's be careful.
Do you try to climb down to join them?
What's this climb look like? Is it just like normal rock, or is that like wet?
Yeah, it's normal rock. There is water flowing over it, so it might be a little slick. So if you choose to follow Ambelina and Val, give me either an acrobatics or a dexterity check to see how well you can get down this without falling.
What are the chances that I can convince you to use survival?
Slim to almost none.
So you said acrobatics or what?
Dexterity.
You always got to try, you know, parlay with the DM.
Uh-huh. It's always worth a shot.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So I've got a 9 on acrobatics for Saoirse, a 15 on acrobatics for Gray, and an 18 on acrobatics for Arius. And we're going to assume that Greer did fairly well as well. She's taking a phone call right now, so she'll be back momentarily. But
I'm going to go ahead and add my D10 to my roll.
go for it.
Good call.
All right, so with the 9 plus the 8, that gives you 17 on your acrobatics, which is good enough. Otherwise, you would have been sliding down instead. So, as you all make it to the bottom, Ambelina and Val are quickly sneaking up on one individual who's looks like he's currently standing alone. What do you do?
Do we get all the way up to where they are?
Push your spacebar.
Do we get all the way up to where they are?
Right now, they're still quite a ways ahead of you.
Okay, I guess we're just going to kind of creep up towards them. Unless anyone has any objections to that plan.
Okay. As you're, go ahead and give me a stealth check really quickly. Right now we're just assuming that Freya and Greer make them too and do well. All right. So as you're sneaking up behind Ambelina and Val, Saoirse, with your satyr hooves, you kind of hit a rough patch of gravel or dirt on a slick rock, and you momentarily lose your balance. But that's enough to throw some echoes around this new cavern.
Whoopsie. I'm trying so hard to make sure my chainmail doesn't rattle that I lose my footing a little.
So,
We're using the term sneaking very loosely right now.
Very loosely. So as you, but overall, not too bad on stealth, aside from that little trip up from Saoirse. But as you kind of sneak a little bit further forward, you begin to hear voices talking. You hear them saying, "Get on down there! She can't get away from us this time!" "Hey, water's slick! How am I gonna get down there?" "This fairy ain't gonna get away from us this time!" And so it sounds like they are themselves chasing somebody. Seems like they might have them cornered, if you will. What do you do?
Something interesting is happening down there. Shall we keep going?
We've gone this far.
Might as well.
Okay, so Greer, just to catch you up a little bit, the party has entered a cavern. This is their second cavern that they've come into, but the first one was they got in through the doorway and encountered a large cavern with a big pool. And as they were kind of getting in, they saw Ambelina and Val rushing through a doorway that had a waterfall pouring into it. The party decided to follow, and as they get through the doorway, they discover a series of ledges leading down further into the darkness. At which point, Ambelina and Val had already gotten to the bottom and were starting to sneak up on someone or something. The party decided to follow. Saoirse slipped a little bit, made a few noises, but otherwise not too bad. But as they started sneaking up closer, they started hearing the voices of a few individuals who were chasing and or had cornered something. They said the word fairy. So,
And we all took offense.
So, what all would you like to do?
Let's keep going.
I think we've agreed to investigate.
Okay. You're at the top right-hand corner, Greer. Okay. And as you get closer, Ambelina and Val have snuck up right behind this one guy. And you see Ambelina pull out a dagger and stab him through the back. He yelps loudly, and loud enough that everyone else in the cavern can hear him. They all turn to look. They see their friend. They see Ambelina and Val. They see the rest of you. What do you do?
I suppose roll for initiative.
Suppose we could do that. All right. So I actually haven't even built this one yet, so let me build it really quickly. But as I'm building this, this little encounter, one thing that happens as Val and Ambelina are finishing off this first person, there's a loud voice, feminine in nature, that says, "This is not your mission. Return to me." And as the voice goes silent, you see coming up from under Val a black, smoky, shadowy appendage. It looks like a hand made of shadowy tendrils. It reaches up from the ground, cups its hand, and then slaps down over the top of Val and Ambelina. Both of them, and the guy that they had just killed, vanish.
Do I recognize that voice at all?
Give me a religion check.
Natural 20.
You do recognize this voice. This was the voice of the Morrigan.
Oh. Interesting.
All right, let me build this thing really quickly. See, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
At least they did something to piss the Morgan off.
Okay, 2.
Recommended.
Yes.
Not usually, no.
There we go. Screen. Nope. Get rid of that. Okay, got it. All right. Good. Let me put some bad guys in here. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so not too many. Come on, go away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Alrighty. 7 bandits.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So everyone, give me an initiative roll. Ari, you can too.
Yeah. Oh, sad.
27.
Okay.
Did you say 27?
I might.
I accidentally rolled Freya
Well,
twice. Just ignore the second one.
I'm rolling my in-person dice, and I rolled. Well, I'm not telling everyone what I rolled. Just know it's a 27.
27 is good. Nothing wrong with that.
I think 27 is more than good.
I feel like there's something
That
very
is
wrong with
what
that.
feats
What level are we
for.
again? What level are we
Level
again?
2.
Right.
Let me name these so I can actually get them. B. Helps if I actually do this before a game, but kind of ran out of time. I know what you're thinking. 2 months? How'd you run out of time?
His life happens.
It does.
ADHD, ADHD.
It's like, get me to do anything. It's like there's either now or not now. And then occasionally there's an almost now, which is when I actually do most
Usually
of
it's
my
an
work.
easy choice.
Yes.
Occasionally there's a now for a
Not
full
now.
8 hours straight.
Last night she's like, it's fine. I just have a couple more things to do.
Little did I know, half the things that I had thought I'd already done weren't actually done. Okay, one more, and then we'll be good. There we go. All right. So, Greer, you are up first. What do you do?
Really? Am I?
You are, with this massive 27.
Shocker.
Okay. Where are they? They're all the way over there, huh?
They're all by the
Okay.
pool.
Are they just like chilling by the pool? Or, like, do I see what they're doing?
Do they need towels?
Most of them
Yeah.
are on
Cocktails?
the edges of the pool, on these high up rocks or cliff, because it's a little bit of a drop down to the actual water. They're all kind of standing on the edges, looking down into the water in a certain direction. One of them has actually started to climb down.
Do I see the figure that's in the center there yet from my position, or not really? Too far down.
Give me a perception check to see if you see this person yet.
Oops.
What is it?
It works, right?
An 8? Still a little dark.
Oh. Okay, well, they look like bandits, I assume. Like, I
They
assume
are.
that they're up to no good. But I
Yes.
have no reason to be hostile as of this particular moment.
Do we need a reason to be hostile?
I mean, they did.
That's dependent on your character, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Some
They said some
point
things.
is in it for me. But I will try and incapacitate one of them with an arrow, like in the shoulder. Not a killing blow, because I'm not sure what they're up to as of yet.
Okay.
So am I within range of longbow? I am. I'm going to longbow the one that is closest to me.
Okay.
So that is a natural one.
Absolutely hits nothing but air.
Cool. Cool.
From a
Ari.
27 to a 1.
Ari.
Because
you
I got the natural 20 earlier. Like, that balanced me out.
Ari, from where you are positioned down here on this singular rock at the base over the water, you see this arrow just come flying down and splashing into the water about 5 feet from you.
Well, I announced our presence.
Anything else, Greya?
Nope. I'm just going to stand here and try and look cool, because that's all I got left.
Sounds good. All right. Freya is up next with Grey
It was a
on deck.
warning shot to let them know that
Exactly.
we're here.
They know now.
Precisely.
So, Amy, are you taking care of Freya?
Right, that I am. Okay, Freya's up next. Cool. Freya
She doesn't have her horse with her currently, so.
I was just thinking, what is she going to charge her horse down there? Does her horse climb? I mean, a horse should feel ashamed of not climbing after watching Greer climb
Freya
down.
can walk 35 feet, so she's going to get a little closer first.
Okay. For those of you that are curious, Amy, Saoirse, is sitting right here next to me. So occasionally you'll hear my voice through her mic or her voice through my mic. We do our best. And right now she is Jaegering.
I guess I'm going to bless, because I don't really know what else to do with her right this second. So I'm going to cast bless on...
Make sure you're pushing your button. So she's casting bless on who? What's she doing?
Hang on, I can only do so many things at once.
PhD.
Yes. Yeah, so Amy's currently Jaegering Freya while Katie is out camping. So that's the difficulty. She's not used to the character.
Who has the purple ring?
Right. I think. And you.
Yeah, it's Gray.
We're so coordinated.
Or Freya is
Gray?
purple, Gray is pink.
The pinkish one is gray? Okay.
Yes.
So
The more indigo one is
yeah. So she's gonna cast bless on Saoirse, Arius, and Gray.
Got it.
Blessed.
Blessed.
Any saving throws, you can add a d4 to coming up.
Got it. All right. Anything else from Freya? Bonus action. Any additional movement?
No, that'll be all.
All right. On to Gray.
Range. I'm gonna move up myself. There. Gosh darn it. I lost. Took my eyes off the prize where I was going. There we go. Directly down there. Yep, thank you.
Uh-huh.
That is helpful. And that should put me... Let's see, which one's climbing down? This one?
The one that's climbing down is this one over here.
Oh, that lucky, lucky soul.
See,
Just out of range.
Yep, and he's currently hidden because he's below the lip of the rock.
Yeah. Alright, well then I guess this lucky person up here, this one right here, will get potentially hit by a ray of frost.
Sounds good. Will a 21 hit? I think a 21 will definitely hit for 7 points.
Cold damage, and they are slowed.
Got it. So that means that they kind of have some disadvantage, correct?
Let's see. Their speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay. So no disadvantage?
No, to the start my no.
All
No, just
right.
fine.
Sounds
Just very,
good.
very cold in this misty water.
Oh, yes. Chilly. Anything else, Gray?
Nope, that's it.
Beautiful. Now it's time for some of the bandits to do some things. So this one right here.
Admittedly, we struck first, by the way. They did nothing aggressive towards us yet.
This is true. They were just down here fishing for a fairy.
Well, we don't know that either. I'm just saying.
Well, you heard the word fairy.
I heard the word
You
fairy.
heard them.
We don't know that the fairies.
And we're
We don't know,
all
we don't know that the
fairies
fairies
here.
good or evil.
So the first one that Greer
I'm a
shot at
delight.
is going to step over here a little bit and is going to pull out their crossbow and take a shot at you, Gray. Let me see.
How dare.
make sure I'm within range. Oh yeah, I'm
You
within
wound me.
range.
I hope you don't wound me, actually. Not quite literally.
No, you don't want me to wound you? All right. Let's see. Does a 15 hit?
Damn it, just barely.
Oh no. That's 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's like half my health.
Oh no.
Ooh,
good.
level 2 hurts. I forget. How I've forgotten, Gray. You need to turn around and go backwards the way you came.
So this crossbow bolt flies through the air and zings right into your upper thigh.
Well, that's enough heroics for me for today.
All right. Next up is, let's see, across the way, a little bit further down and south, one of a male bandit steps forward a little bit, and seeing that there's some action going on down on the other side, is going to attempt to shoot a crossbow as well. Let's see what my distance is. Alright. They're gonna shoot at you again, Gray. Just because you're the closest one.
Alright, let's bring it. I got this.
But I'm going to go out on a wild limb and say that a 5 doesn't hit.
It does not, madam.
It clanks onto the ground about 20 feet from you, completely missing you. Let's see. And then the one next to him is... He's not going to pull out his crossbow because he's too focused on what's down in the water. So he's just going to stand there for the time being, kind of rooting on his friend who's climbing down. Kind of saying, "Put your foot there. No, 2 feet to the left." Just basically giving him guidance on where to put his feet and his hands to get down there safely without falling. But across the water, way over here, let me ping that for you. I would love to be able to show all the people on Twitch what we're seeing, but unfortunately, the maps aren't, or the map overlay is not set up properly. So I will try to fix that during the break. I will try, so you guys can see what's going on after the break. Sorry, but this one looks more feminine in appearance. We'll
You
also
can't see where you're pointing, sorry.
way over here.
Oh, there you see it. Cool, thanks.
She's going to pull out her crossbow and is going to take a shot at Gray again. Probably also at... Yep. All right, let's see if that one hits. I'm guessing a 6 doesn't hit either. You're just
Thank
getting
goodness,
lucky
no.
now, Gray. All right. Ari, what are you doing down there in the water?
Looks like y'all have company. You should be paying attention up there. And also, you can't climb down on your own. I'm going to pull out my crossbow and try to shoot the guy that's climbing down.
Okay.
Or my short bow, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I got a short bow. Short bow. Yes, short bow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 20 will definitely hit. What is the damage?
All right.
So that is 6 piercing, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
And then I would like to take my bonus action
Uh-huh.
to attempt to hide on the, like, maybe around the underside of the rock, that rock that I'm on. See if
Okay.
there's like a little nook or cranny or somewhere where I can hide.
Okay.
Um,
Give me a stealth check to see if you can find a place to hide. With an 11. All right. Let me see something here. All right. Break out my 20s. Come here, dices. Should probably use my actual dice for something here. All right. So you, being a very small creature, you are able to not necessarily get into the water, but you kind of get over the edge of the rock that you're standing on. You feel pretty stealthy.
Okay. Nailed it. Got it.
Right?
She's very proud of herself.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Let's see. Oh, this guy's hurting. He's gonna move up a little bit, and he's gonna pull out his crossbow and take a shot at Freya for a change.
She's much more menacing looking than I am.
Exactly. All that armor.
This is why I don't hang out with heroes.
Let's see. Yep. All right. So that is an 18 to hit.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Well, that's not nice. I wanted to hit something.
Which I don't count.
I know. All right, Arius, what are you up to?
All right. So I'm gonna use my full movement. End up here.
Mm-hmm.
And very quickly, do these two here,
Uh-huh.
have they both been hit or just one of them?
So far, just let me get the right pointer. Just this top one has been hit.
Got it. Okay. And then
Yeah, she's not having a good day.
all right. I can either. All right, so I'm gonna throw a healing word out to my hurt friend.
Okay.
Oh,
Get 4 health back.
you might not be so bad.
And as I do it, the healing word specifically says, "Next time, don't attack if we don't know if they're enemies yet." And
I was following the lead of the scary horse lady.
and unfortunately, nothing that I can do that I have action economy for can reach from here. So I will hold my action,
Okay.
and use one of my. Hold on. So actually, I want to rule in on this. So I have free castings of Guiding Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, because it's a spell, I cannot cast it right now after using Healing Word, but I do want to hold it for whoever from these two at the beginning of the turn of one of the first two that are right in front of me. Can I do that?
Because you've already used your action, you wouldn't be
I
able
used
to
a
do it.
bonus action for Healing Word.
You used a bonus action for that?
Yeah, Healing Word's a bonus action.
So yes, you can hold it.
Okay.
It would basically take up your reaction.
That's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna hold one of my free castings of Guiding Bolts, and attack at the top of the turn of whoever shoots first.
Okay. Got it. All right. So, next up. I have no idea why I've got Arius in the list twice, but next up is this little bandit right here that's going down into the water. He's just been shot. He's a little miffed, to put it mildly. Let me see. Let me give him a little dexterity check. Oh, it's cocked.
Well, he should mind his own business.
Exactly. So 11. So yeah, he manages to get down just to the edge, hits a patch of water, slips into the water. He is prone in the water right now.
Prone face up or face down?
He landed on his butt.
He hears me laughing.
So he's
I'm
kind
cracking up from.
Yep.
having
That's worth
fun.
at least 30 points of damage, right?
Right. So it was only like a 3-foot fall, but it was enough to
Yeah, so
sink
30
him down.
damage, 3 feet.
He's sitting there on his ass, up to his neck in water. But he pulls out his crossbow and starts looking for Ari. He takes aim. Ari, it seems to be pointing right at you.
Is that the fairy you seek?
Does a 9 hit?
No. Because I'm so well hidden. That's why.
The crossbow bolt zooms right over your head and clanks into the rock wall behind you. You are safe for now.
I'm just guessing.
Exactly. Saoirse, what are you up to?
All right, I'm going to start with moving myself a little bit closer here. Then I think I will shoot the guy that's been getting hit. With,
Not me. Shoot them.
yeah. Yeah, with a sacred flame.
Sacred flame.
Sacre bleu. Sacred flame is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so Dex rolled
14.
Okay, so that is a success. So he passes his check.
So no damage.
No damage. Okay. Do you move any closer, or did you already did?
I already moved.
Got it.
And let's see. Arius beat me to offering some healing to Gray. Are you looking okay now?
Significantly better. But not in prime health, but you know.
Okay. Well, I'll hold that spell slot for a round then and see how we do.
All right. Anything else, Saoirse?
I think I'm good.
Alrighty. On to our last bandito. This one also across to the side, way over here, is going to step up to the edge a little bit closer. Not enough to fall in, but he's going to kind of point his crossbow down at you, Ari. Down towards that rock face.
Nope.
Unfortunately, all he sees is his friend. Still neck deep in water.
Nailed it again.
So he's going to hold on to his shot and see what happens. And then back to the top with Greer.
All right. I'm a little miffed that nothing happened the first time. A little sheepish. So just going to move my full movement. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And going to shoot this one right there. And hopefully do a tad better than last time. 23.
Ooh, that's a very nice one.
Miss.
What?
It's the boss.
And which one are you shooting at again?
This one.
That one there? Alrighty. The one that's really having a bad day. So what
23
was...
missed?
No, 23
No, that was a
hits.
joke. Sorry.
Was...
That would have been insane at this level.
I know, it's like, oh my god.
So what was the damage?
It's no 27, so...
I gotta find my D8. I didn't think I'd actually because you actually convinced me. I'm slow. Okay.
It's a day.
Oh, that wasn't. I didn't roll very well. That's a 6. 6 piercing. Yeah, that sucked.
So, and that was crossbow or was that longbow?
Longbow.
Longbow. So, your arrow zings through the air. You think it's almost going to miss because it seems like it's a little bit too high. But just as you think it's about to miss, it bullseyes him right between the eyes.
Oh,
And
it's
down
so
he
bad when
goes.
that happens.
One down. Few to go.
Claire's just grinning like an idiot behind you all.
Anything else, Greer?
It's everything.
Alrighty. On to Freya.
All right. So Freya is going to move forward some more.
Okay. Got a few more banditos to go. Plenty of opportunities for some chaos. Let's see. So, while Saoirse is looking through Freya's character sheet to decide what to do, Ari, why don't you tell us a little bit about what they see?
So Ari is quite a petite fairy. So she is. Let's see here. Find my description of her. Where are you at, boo? I mean, she's short even for a fairy, so quite small. Kind of a shock of messy, curly red hair. Kind of iridescent green wings. She's dressed in kind of gender neutral-ish clothing. Currently, crouched under this rock. She thinks she's very well hidden, but I'm sure you all can see her quite well. Freckles, she's got a couple of daggers by her side, still holding on to her short bow. It's probably about all you can see from there. She does have a piece of jewelry around her neck that you may or may not be able to see. But she definitely looks on the younger side for a fairy. So think, not adult, but not small kid fairy, if you're very familiar with fairies. So at this time, she doesn't look particularly worried or scared of these these bandits. Whether she should be or not, that's another matter entirely. But
She's having too much
she
fun.
kind of perpetually has a kind of a smirky grin on her face, playful, but she doesn't look terribly concerned. So that's pretty much it.
All right. Sounds good. So, what do we got for Freya?
Freya has a javelin, but she didn't click to equip it, so I don't know how much it is to use it for a thrown weapon for the...
Get in there. Do-do-do-do. Let me take a look for you. Come on, open up. Javelin. All right, go ahead and refresh Freya's character sheet and you should see it.
Very good. Okay, so... I am just out of normal range for a javelin. That's okay. I'll take it at disadvantage. So I'm going to throw a javelin at that guy that's closest.
Okay. I think that'll hit, but let's see what the second roll is. For an 11, we'll just miss. Anything else for Freya? Bonus action, any additional movement?
No, that'll be all.
All right, on to Gray. What are you up to?
Ow, that hurt. Okay. One more visible here. I don't think I'm going to move forward at all. This one's going to get... This one's going to get an Eldritch Blast instead. I'm not playing anymore.
I wouldn't either. Unfortunately, a 10 will miss.
But I'm still blessed, correct?
You are.
So
But
I
that's
get a
for
D4.
saving throws, right?
Is it? I thought it was for attack rolls too.
It's
I thought it was
saving
for
throws
attack rolls.
only.
Oh, really? Man, I was under the impression it was attack rolls as well.
It should be attack rolls. Hold on. Bring up bless.
It's
Saving
attack
throw.
rolls.
It
Target.
is attack rolls.
Yeah, attack roll or saving throw.
Okay, it's a D4.
Yep. Let's get a D4 out here. Wait, why? I don't want fudge dice. I want D&D dice.
If you rolled a 10 and a D4, it's a hit.
Right. I rolled a 4. 14.
Oh, perfect. It hits.
Oh.
What's our damage? 3 points.
3.
Got it.
Oh, I love low levels.
And Eldritch Blast.
Fear
is
me.
you just have one Eldritch Blast right now, correct? Or is it 2?
Yeah, don't rub it in. It's just
Level
one.
Level 5 is when they'll get to.
Got
Yeah.
it. All right. Anything else, Gray?
Nope.
Alrighty. Next up is that bandit.
So at the top of its turn, I can use my reaction, correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You are holding
Let's hope
that
it
spell.
dies.
If it doesn't, other people have advantage on it.
Right?
13.
13. That hits.
Ooh. And oh, you made it sound like 14 just hit before, so I thought I missed.
No, I said 14 hits.
Ah.
11 or 11.
Well, then
just
I
missed.
added that context clearly. So it's 15 radiant damage? That can't be right. Hold on.
Seems to be working for me.
All right, well, then that's what it was, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, with only 8 hit points left, not only does she fall, but she gets pushed back 10 feet and almost falls over the edge. 2 down, 4 to go, 5 to go. Let's see. Seeing 2 of their friends literally just get non-existed.
They run away, as they should.
He runs away. And he's going to use his dash.
What? They're shooting magic everywhere.
Yep. And his buddy right next to
Centaur.
him is going to do the same thing. So 2 of them are heading off into the distance. The feminine figure on the other side is going to start circling around. She's not even going to worry about shooting. She's just going to go. Not necessarily running away, just maybe getting a better angle. Ari, what are you doing with this fun little friend you have in the water?
So he's prone, yeah?
He is prone.
Does that mean I have advantage on my attack?
Yes.
If
Which
it's in-
means my sneak attack would apply.
Uh-huh.
Seems like a good opportunity. I'm gonna zoom over to him and stab him with my daggers.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So what?
Just going to sit on his
One.
end and stab.
Uh huh. Pretty much.
17 will hit.
Alrighty.
11 will miss.
So we'll give that a 9 total.
9. I like it. And you just turned your friend into a pincushion.
Yeah, a little flurry of wings and little tiny daggers.
We could almost say his name is Bob.
Mm,
And he loves to float.
A few seconds ago, he was like, "Where is she? Where is she?" And then all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, crap! There she is."
yeah, that's right.
Anything else, Ari?
Yeah. I'm gonna take my bonus action to, I don't know. There's somewhere I can hide again right there. How far am I from that rock? How far was he away? 5 foot
He
square?
Yeah, so he was...
He was pretty much right there.
Yeah, he was 10 feet away from you on that rock. So I'll move you to where he is.
All right. I'll see if I can find a little spot to hide in right around there.
Okay. Give me
Just to
another
try and get out of the
stealth
way.
check. Yeah, give me another stealth check. There you go.
It's
17.
better.
You are very well hidden. Hard to find you.
Just like last time.
Exactly. Only better.
Last time, not so much. Pure luck. Pure luck.
All right. Arius, what are you up to?
Okay. I guess I'll move another 30 feet. Over here. And no one else is hurt, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then from the point I'm in, I can't tell if there's anything blocking my view. Can I see this person?
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's pretty even ground.
Got
aside
it.
from the
I'm
big
gonna use my second free use of guiding bolt.
Got it.
Hope I hit. 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit.
10 radiant damage.
Okay.
And the next attack against them has advantage.
All right. Try that again. There we go. So your blast hits him, throws him off balance. He loses his footing and decides to attempt the world's ugliest swan dive. Splash. That fall takes out his last hit point.
Nice. Okay. And with that, I'll end my turn.
Got it. All right. Saoirse, what are you up to?
All right, I'm going to move a bit closer.
Is it within range? Too far? What do you think? What you thinking, Ari? Saoirse?
But the only thing I can do is my crossbow. That'll be the longer range because crossbow range is 80 feet.
Okay.
So I'll give it a go.
So disadvantage. Let's see what we get. Uh, 16 will hit. And that's for 5 points of damage.
Right.
Hits her in the shoulder. She winces in pain and kind of turns back to you, scowls, and makes to start moving away.
Saoirse doesn't use her crossbow much, so she kind of dances a little that she was successful and kind of points and laughs at the guy she got.
Sounds good. All right, back to the top with Greer.
Righty. Use more movement. I regret not moving at the start. Now I'm all behind. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I even see anyone from where I am?
Right now,
Is he too far?
the nearest one that you can see is this one over here.
Let me just double check the distance on that.
140 feet.
That is just within range. Sweet. Okay. Mm, 15?
15 will hit.
Sweet. No, wait, no. I can math. 11.
11. How do you want to do this?
Again, right between the eyes, so it's like just sticking out the back of his skull.
Okay. So as Saoirse's crossbow bolt hits them in the shoulder, you take aim with your longbow, let loose across the cavern, and just as she's turning back, she sees this arrow coming right at her. You think it's going to hit her right in the middle of the eye, right between the eyes, but it actually hits her in the throat instead and just pierces straight through her windpipe.
Mm.
She's
Having trouble. Did the wrong character there for a sec.
And then she collapses, unable to breathe. And that ends our initiative. The other two have run off. What do you do?
Kind of lean over. I'll walk up to the end of the little bit of a cliff there and go, "Hey, you okay down there?
Oh yeah, I'm
Do
fine.
you need help?
Thanks for the
at
assist.
all?"
I just started like rummaging through this guy's pockets, looking to see what he's got on him. Nah, I'm good. But
Are you
yeah, thanks for
injured
the
at
help.
all?
Oh no, they couldn't find me. I was very well hidden. They have tried to catch me before, and whatever, I wasn't worried. But still, thank you for the help. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Sorry,
I'm
were there
Ari, by the
truthfully-
way.
Oh, I'm Arius.
Oh, hey. Well, technically, my name's Aurora, but I don't ever go by that. I don't love that. So Arius, that's easy to remember. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, guys, they're like major thieves, and so like I was like, well, they're stealing stuff, so I thought I could lighten their pockets a bit too, and I don't think they like that very much.
So,
But fine.
Ari, as you see Arius step up and start talking to you, you've seen somebody that looks like him before. Fairly recently. There was another group of bandits, and they had someone that looked just like Arius with them. They went deeper into the cave.
You look like someone I've seen recently. Have you been down here
Well-
before? Are you a bandit too?
Nothing like that. No. Oh, you've seen people like me before.
Yeah.
Oh, when was that?
Yeah, just recently. I don't know, not that long ago. They went deeper into the cave.
Oh, you mean just now?
Yeah.
Any chance you caught their names?
I don't think so. No. Like, how much did they just look like the same, like similar? Do they look very, very much the same? DM.
They looked definitely the same species, same race.
Mm.
They had their own look and feel to them, but similar to Arius.
Yeah, very, very similar. There's, I don't know, just one person that looked like you, I think. I don't know, there's a lot of people around. And there's a couple people that just ran off. I mean, are we going to go get them? No?
Normally,
We
I'd
gonna let
say
them go?
no. Normally, I'd say no, but if what Ari is saying is correct, it might be my companions that are further in. And were they in any danger?
I don't know, Sarah. Were they in danger? Were they cooperative? Were they held captive? What did I notice?
Hands were bound. They were very much captive.
Oh no, they were not enjoying what was happening. Yeah.
Did you want to go after them then, Arius? Let's see if maybe it's your companions.
I certainly do. I've already have one companion captured. I can't have the other ones.
Yes, we just got shot trying to save this.
Wait,
Oh.
this?
I mean, well, I mean, a fellow
That
traveler
okay.
from
being
the
shot at.
Prey, but
How about this? Look, we can fix you. And we can take a short rest if we need to. Just a wee little one. And then we'll go. Yeah?
Sarah, how
Um,
long ago was it that I saw them?
It was maybe an hour. Right
Hmm.
about this time that this
Right.
group started trying to hunt you.
So it was about an hour ago. I mean, we wait too long, and I don't know what could happen.
yes. Look, quite
Depends on
honestly,
the
I would never expect any of you to. Well, we just met to just come and help me, but I will ask of it. Either way, I'm going myself. I can't let them. I can't let more of my people be captured at this point.
are people from the Feywild frequently captured? Are they hunted, cherished targets?
Um, Not usually, but Ari, you got the impression that this one that you saw, that was being dragged into the deeper into the caves by the other group, um, from things you overheard as they were kind of passing through, this one was specifically selected.
This the person?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that looked like
Mm,
the one that looked like
yeah.
Arius was specifically selected.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think we should go save your friend. I mean, it's the least I
Certainly,
could do. You guys help
I
me,
appreciate the
I
help.
help
Thank
you.
you. Um, anyone else mind helping?
Sure.
You're making it very hard to, follow y'all everywhere when y'all are going into bandit caves.
Are you that afraid of a challenge?
It's just a cave that bandits happen to be in. Doesn't make it a bandit cave. There's also moss. We could call it a moss cave or a water cave
Just
or a cave.
that's the point.
Mm. I mean, unless like the bandits like magically manifest from this cave. That doesn't seem likely.
Oh, we found the bandits trying to capture you.
Yeah, well, they chased me in here.
Yeah,
I don't see evidence that they actually live here. We just found them here.
yeah.
It's rather cozy. You probably opened a nice little
Nice.
resort down here.
It's
This
certainly a
could be
cozy.
our cave.
It's certainly a cozy cave, but I would like to know which direction did you see them in?
That way, and I'll point there, whichever way I saw them.
Mm-hmm.
Deeper in
Yep.
that direction.
So in the
And,
direction that the other two ran away
and Arius will immediately power walk in that direction.
Wait, shouldn't we have a brief sit, just like a wee rest?
And as without stopping to walk, unfortunately, I personally can't um wait any longer. That was about an hour ago. I don't want the set to get even fainter.
I'll zoom off after him.
in. Okay.
Saoirse sighs and she's like, "Oh, all right." And
I
continues
don't
after
really
them
have
as
anything
well.
better to be doing at
Oh,
the moment.
did I find anything in that guy's pockets?
Give me an investigation check.
I was poking around when they started chatting to me.
Cloak of protection.
15.
15. So as you're kind of searching through his pockets, you find a little pouch. It's got
Mm.
4 copper, 8 silver, and a gold piece.
Ooh. Excellent.
And you keep searching around, seeing if you find anything else. In one of his pockets, you do find a folded up piece of paper.
Oh, okay. Okay. What is on this paper?
So, as you open it up, what languages do you speak?
Common, Sylvan, and thieves can't.
Got it. You actually recognize Thieves' Cant.
Yes. Okay.
As you sit there and kind of piece it together, it's a little bit of a strange dialect, because it's not necessarily from Haslios, maybe from its Krioslos or some other continent. But as you kind of piece it together, it's a little hard to figure out just because it is a slightly different dialect. But you eventually get it figured out, and it says, Beast Prince and Mothers. Cash on delivery.
You say Beast Prince?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And mothers?
And mothers, cash on delivery. And mothers. Cash on delivery. All right. Just
I feel like that's
that
still in
away.
Thieves' Cant.
Right? I'll tuck that into my little pouch.
Okay.
And then, zooming after Arius.
Okay.
To support my friend with the same name-ish.
Sounds good.
So we're heading in, I guess, this direction. Oops.
Yeah, heading down
This
into the
direction.
caverns. Yes.
Okay.
Well, down to the bottom of the map is where you're heading. You don't need
So, like,
necessarily need
here.
to move. You don't necessarily need to move there. It's purely description right now. But yeah,
You think he's in love with this one too? Or are we not speaking of the pining looks he was looking at the guy in the cage last time?
Am I within earshot of that?
give me a perception check.
And do Gither's eye turn red? Do they blush?
Would it be
We're gonna
brown?
find out. Well, with an 8, I probably don't. So
No, it's a little far away as you're kind of racing off.
So you'll never find out if they blush.
Oh, Gray may find out eventually.
Imagining like brown, they wouldn't go red, they would go brown.
Actually, is Gith blood red?
This is
I
my
don't know.
thoughts.
Is it? I'll let you decide on that one.
And you know what? I need to play BG3 again and just look very closely when Lazel gets hit, and then we'll see.
Most of the blood on her is usually everyone else's.
Yeah,
True.
Pretty sure it's still animated as red.
Yeah.
probably. So you head deeper into the cave. Let me see. Take you to the next map.
Gotta say, I did not expect us to be cave dwelling in this chapter. I thought we'd be castle.
Dwelling?
So
Yeah, that one.
Right? This is
this time you are coming in from the bottom. Let's see. So bottom left is where you're coming in. So as you get deeper into this cave system, it starts to make left turns, right turns, go up, down. But you turn a corner and you think you're still heading in a southerly direction, or at least that's what you think. But you come out, and instead of continuing in a downward path, the path turns up. And it seems like this area is pretty well lit. So I will allow you to kind of move and explore. There are dynamic lighting walls just to kind of help keep paths and things straight, but feel free to move around as you see fit. So,
Do we hear anything, by the way, in this room?
You do hear more water. There is definitely more water in here. Further up, you hear what sounds like the crackling of a fire.
Can I poke my head around? Sorry, before anyone actually goes through there, can I poke my head around and see if there's anyone that I can see? Try to like
Absolutely.
stealthily.
Yeah. Give me a stealth check and a perception check.
I'll roll stealth first. 25.
Stealth?
And then
Who needs it?
perception.
You're just
Yeah.
not there.
What is that?
How?
And 7.
How?
How did that entire centaur just disappear?
Right?
And a 17.
They have a moss. They have like a moss-covered coat, so that's how they did it.
Yeah, exactly. So as you kind of peek your head around the corner and look out into this opening where the world opens up within this cavern system, you don't see people, but you begin to see architecture. Stone
Interesting.
architecture. Large stone blocks laid out in specific patterns on the floor. You see sculpted not necessarily columns, but sculpted stone pieces that aren't really like statues. They aren't really columns. They're just kind of sculpted to look like artwork. And beyond that, you can kind of see an opening in what looks like a wall that goes further in.
All right, looks safe to me.
It can't move me, Sarah. I can rotate, but it's not letting me.
Okay. Let's see. You
That
get stuck
looks
in a wall.
interesting.
Yeah, the walls here are very.
There you go. You should.
There we go. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Run down or
Wait.
new architecture?
What is this?
That is a in the floor of this area is a little ring, a stone ring, and in the middle of the ring is the remnants of what was possibly some kind of engraving in the stonework.
Got it. Okay. And then I'm guessing this is water again.
This is water. It's maybe ankle deep.
Got it. Okay. Guess we keep moving forward.
So do the rest of you keep moving forward as well?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fly over to. Hold on. I have too many screens. I've lost myself.
You're in there somewhere.
Sorry. I know, barely. Hold on.
So from the looks of it, from my perspective, the cavern itself only moves forward, like going in this direction, right? Because look, there's a wall on this side.
Yes.
All right, so we'll get in the ankle deep water and try and cross. Hopefully, there's no zombies in this.
We'll see.
There's some flat zombies if they're hiding in ankle deep water.
Where's Greer? Where are you?
Hey, I'm over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull the Moses trick again.
What color is your icon?
The green one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right over there. Okay. So
Right there.
basically,
I
I
just
want to try and sneak up behind Greer and sit but not sit on her back while flying at the same time. So kind of like cross-legged but hovering, like I'm riding you, but I'm not actually touching you. And
doing
just
a
kind of
horse.
like
You know when a horse swishes their tail
following
to
them.
get rid of flies? That's what I'm trying to do to you right now.
I'm just
An arm
that-
strike. An arm strike.
With the tail.
So
Absolutely not.
it's kind of like I'm riding on you, but I'm not, right? Just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's all.
As
Don't
I'm
touch me.
approaching, I'm still not seeing anybody or anything.
Correct, you're not. You don't hear any voices. The most that you hear is just the water moving, water drop sounds, echoing off, or sounds echoing off the walls of the cavern. You hear what sounds like a crackling fire.
It is a
We-
big
But
fire.
no people.
Can we read any of the engravings that are on this stuff?
What languages do you speak? This could be for all of you.
Common,
Abyss-
Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay.
Celestial, Common, Infernal, and Sylvan.
Okay.
Common,
Abyssal.
Elvish, and Sylvan.
I have Abyssal, Common, Druidic, and Dwarvish.
Nope, none of you are able to read this language. It looks like it's been here for a very long time. Hundreds, maybe thousands of years.
What's this?
That is actually, what is that? It's hard to tell because these things were placed on the map by the creator of the maps, who is I found on Patreon. They are Zen maps, do excellent, gorgeous maps. But it looks like I'm gonna go with like a. I'm not exactly sure what that would be. We'll just make it possibly like a wooden stump with an axe in it.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's that.
And then as you get up to the top of these stairs, you see a giant metallic looking thing off to
I don't
the
like
right.
that.
Right here. It is maybe 20, maybe 25, 30 feet long from end to end. And it looks like it might have moving parts, but it is not functioned in a very long time.
Is this water deeper?
Mhm.
This water is much deeper.
Let's avoid that.
Yeah, so if you
Can I
had
go,
to
can I
estimate...
go investigate it?
Of course you can. So give me an investigation check on the machine.
Can any of us do it?
Absolutely.
$13?
Okay, 14 from Greer, 19 from
13
Gray,
from Gray.
or from...
Arius is very distracted. He got a 4.
Okay. So, Ari, with your 19, and
Mm-hmm.
Greer, you said 14?
13.
13, okay. So, Ari. As you're looking over this machine, what exactly are you looking for?
Are there any levers or buttons or maybe like inscriptions? Like, I don't know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Things I can push and pull and bop and twist and Bop it, twist it, pull
Pull
it.
it.
Pull it.
Twist
So,
it.
as you're kind of looking over it, I'll start with Saoirse, Gray, and Greer. Arius, it's a chunk of metal. You're not sure what it is. You've got other important things to think about.
Yeah.
Saoirse, Gray, and Greer, the three of you, as you're kind of looking over this machine, you can tell it's old. There's various spider webs on here. The occasional little insect crawls around on it. You see things that look like they're supposed to move at one point, but look like they've rusted over. So it is a long dead machine, whatever it is. Ari, with your 19 investigation, looking for buttons, levers, inscriptions. While the others are kind of stuck on the ground, you're able to kind of fly up over the top of it. And on the spine of this thing, you see an inscription. It's in a language you don't recognize. And it's very much runic in nature. There's a lot of dust over the top of it. Rust has started to kind of creep into it. But most of the inscription is very legible. Almost as if it had just started to get rusty within the inscription itself. The rest of it is like covered in rust. But the inscription is elegant. It is ancient, very, very ancient. You've never seen this script before, but at the same time, it almost feels familiar.
Interesting. Okay. So, I'll kind of like poke my head around and say, you guys like have any like magic stuff? Like you could tell if something's magic or not. Because there's something weird up here that doesn't look like everything else. It's like an inscription and it's not all rusty and messed up like everything else. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I have a spell that detects magic.
I mean, it might be magical. I don't know.
It would work from down here, so I could do it and see.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it could just be. It doesn't look new. I don't know. Might be a good idea.
Okay, so I guess I'll have to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. And remind me, what all does Detect Magic detect?
I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I will see.
What was the rest of that?
Oh, they're muted.
Zoom's playing havoc on us.
I know. It's so Zoom only likes to do the push to talk when the Zoom window is selected, so I'm having trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can look it up for you then.
Yeah.
Does it tell you the school? I think it tells you the school
Having
of
trouble
magic.
doing multiple things
Yeah, it
at
should
once.
tell you the
Yeah.
school
So-
of magic.
Okay.
The spell can penetrate most to see faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Got it. All right. So within this script, and within the machine itself, You do detect a sense of magic. There's no school attached to it, though. No school of magic. But you do detect a sense of magic that is present here. You're not quite certain what its function is, but there's something magical about this machine.
Interesting. Usually this spell tells me more. I don't know what else to say other than it's magical.
And perhaps it's just so old and worn down.
As it is all going on, you can see Arius still looking like north in the direction we are walking in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if we come back here perhaps after you rescue my friend? I certainly don't want to not explore something you're interested in, but time may be of the essence right now.
I don't think there's anything else we can find out about this thing right now, so yes, let's go.
Okay. So as you push on deeper into the cave, the path continues back through that opening at the top of the map, back through which is a
This
tall
isn't a door
archway.
or anything, by the way?
It is a stone door, but it is basically sealed shut.
Got it. So we just have to
So-
go
Right.
like this
Yeah.
way and then around.
Correct. So
Could
the
I
pathway
possibly-
continues back through here.
Could I possibly make some sort of survival check to find any sort of footprints or anything to see if people have recently been through this way?
Absolutely.
Actually, can I do that too? I should have done from the beginning.
Certainly.
Is 12.
Okay.
Oh, also, Sarah, actually, a real quick question.
Uh-huh.
When I equipped the orb of astral seeing,
Mm-hmm.
it for some reason gave me advantage on survival checks, which I didn't see as part of the description. Was that
Uh-huh.
intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and do it with advantage.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. So, and Greer, you said 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with Greer. You do see various footprints around this machine. You see them very lightly on the rocks, the dusty rocks going further into the cave. But they kind of dead end right here in front of that little door that is unable to be opened. So right there. Arius, with your natural 20, you see these footprints as well. You see various broken twigs and branches on shrubs that are broken. They're broken in the direction of where the path leads, deeper into the cave, into the darkness. You see that as you look across the water to that little peninsula in the middle, you see more footprints over there. You see what looks to be, it almost looks like a bag or a pouch of some sort hanging off of a rock just inside the darkness.
All right, I'll try and. So that would be somewhere on this peninsula thing.
Yes.
All right. So,
So-
wherever it is, I
So
want
you
to
see it hanging
and investigate
right
it.
here. Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
9. Not great.
All right. So as you approach, it's definitely cloth. It looks like a torn piece of cloth. You recognize this cloth. It looks very similar to the fabric that your friend was wearing.
Okay. And I'll say, this belongs to one of my friends. We're going in the right direction. I'm gonna keep going,
Oh,
and I'll keep going onward.
Okay.
good.
And do the rest of you follow?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep following.
All right, we're just going to keep blowing through these maps. And actually, what I'm going to do, since it's currently 10 o'clock,
That's what I was gonna say.
Let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break, and we will come back and see what happens in the next area. So, for you over on Twitch, we're going to take 15 minutes for Pacific time. We'll be back at about 10:17. So we will see you then. So have fun, and we'll see you soon. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are all back here. We have been through some definite adventures. Our amazing champions have not only defeated their first actual set of bad guys, congratulations, everyone, they also picked up a new party member. As our champions dive deeper into the caves to discover what has become of Arius's friend who was gone missing, only to learn that he's been captured. The party has delved deeper into these caves and has begun to discover ancient ruins that have been here for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. They've discovered a machine that is ancient as well, with some kind of magic affecting it, and some ancient, elegant script written on the spine of the machine. And as a special treat for all of our Twitch followers, guess what, everyone? I finally got the maps working. So, let's see if I can start them in the right place. Get a little bit far up. There we go. Okay, so let me actually put some maps on the screen for y'all so you actually can see what our party is seeing. So here is the first map you guys are going to get to see. So our party is continuing deeper into these caves. A lot of this is going to be exploration, because the ones that you're currently chasing, a group of bandits possibly, and a captive Githzerai have traveled much deeper into these caves. So we're going to keep going slowly and surely just to see where our party goes and what happens to them. I will adjust lighting on things as I need to, because some things are a little bit dark, but that one is actually fine just the way it is. So, as you move into this next section, champions, you discover that it is much darker here. Not much light. It's harder to see. So if anybody does not have dark vision, you will probably need to light a torch to be able to see.
I'm going to, in that case, I use produce flame and keep it on my hand.
Okay.
So it's 30 feet of light. Hold on, is that correct? Sorry, 10-foot radius, sorry. Sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Got it. So let me put that up there for you. Wonderful thing about Roll20 for everybody that's on Twitch is I can adjust lighting effects. And I can either do it in a circle or I can do it in a square. I like to do it in a square just because it makes it a little bit easier. Let's see. See if I can get a slightly different color for 10. Or actually, no, I'm doing that the wrong direction. The wrong place. Let me get it in the right place. It's not an aura. Silly me. It says lighting effect. So bright light for 10 and dim for 10?
Correct.
Okay. Alright. There we go. That should have taken effect. There's actually like light already on the screen, so it doesn't really change anything. But
Got it. That's nice. Just
you are now able to see things. So I'll move everybody up into an area where they're actually on the map in the proper spaces. Does anybody else need lighting effect as well? Either torches or light effects? All right. So as you kind of enter this next chamber, you see sculpted pathways made of stone and wood. You see on either side of the pathway several pools of water, some of which looks a little brackish, to put it mildly. You're starting to get more cave stink of ancient, deep, dark caves. Usually have some kind of smell to them. This one's no different. But do you choose to follow the pathway that leads further in?
Arius does.
Okay.
Not going to go off into the brackish water unless absolutely necessary.
Oh no, let's not go in that water if we don't have to.
I didn't think that was an option.
Oh, it's always an option.
Anyways, if I was dragging a captive off, I wouldn't be dragging them through the water. I'd be taking the easiest path. Not that I spend much time taking captives.
Exactly.
Do I believe that?
Most people come willingly with me.
Does it look like we're going left there?
It's up to you.
Mhm.
There seems to be a path,
um,
a bit of a path.
Can I check again for footprints?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does my natural 20 from before at all still help, or do I need to roll again?
Every map we're going to do different rolls. So
Right.
Arius, go and do it with advantage, and Greer, you can also do.
Natural 20!
Yay!
Good, because I rolled two times for
Oh,
a second.
So, Arius, it's really dark in here. Your light that you're currently holding in your hand is, it's doing enough to kind of illuminate an immediate area, but beyond that, it kind of starts to get really dim and dark again. For Greer, you see, it's still very dusty in here. Not necessarily like a dirt layer, but it's very dusty. But at the same time, it's also kind of moist. If you can kind of understand that on the wood planks that are kind of lining this, which are old rotted wood planks,
So it's like grimy.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But you can every once in a while you can make out some footprints that are kind of leading towards the left from where you're currently at.
Madam DM, quick question. I had a tech question.
Sure.
I put it in the Discord chat, or I can ask here, whatever your preference is.
Let's see. Yes. Helps if I actually get video over there, huh?
I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't see our videos, but I don't know if
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
intent with the map, was to have character images or not. But
Yeah, we're supposed to have video, but I will go ahead and start working on putting the videos in there while we're still going through the maps as well.
fabulous.
So, what do you do with your information, Greer?
So it's obvious they went left.
I mean, you want me to scout ahead a little bit?
Well, no, they went left. Do you not see the foot? Just follow me.
But, but
And
yeah, I mean, just
I
because
suppose we'll go that way
but
as well.
there could be traps. There could be. I'm saying, yeah, they went that way, but that doesn't mean it's safe.
Fair. All means.
This is a suggestion. Just an idea. We can also just charge ahead.
I concede.
In the morning, I have met these people. They do a lot of charging ahead.
If you think you can find these traps that might be about, please do.
I mean, so what I'd like to do is like kind of slowly make my way across here, if you'll allow it to be flying about a foot off the ground, kind of inspecting as I go, like,
Absolutely.
kind of almost cat-like,
Okay.
like as I'm going and looking and flying along the path.
Mm-hmm.
I think that those bandits, while they're hauling off a gaggle of, well, at least one green person, stopped to set traps.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anything is possible.
I don't know. These bandits. Possible. Do I see anything? Want me to make an investigation?
Yeah.
What
do
do we
make
got?
an investigation check.
Okay. Nah, we're good. Fine.
Checks out.
Just wave everyone forward.
So, as you're moving along, a foot or two off the ground, you are noticing that there's creepy crawly things. There are various things growing.
Like what kind of things?
Fungal things.
Ooh. I'd like to lick one, please.
Go for it.
Are we in the Underdark? Because that's one of my favorite terrains. Okay.
Wait, what was the answer? We are or we are not?
Are not.
Okay. That's
As
probably
you-
better for me since I just licked some fungus. I mean, it would have been much worse if we were in the Underdark, I think.
Giving you
Constitution
just
saving
like the
throw.
spider.
Constitution saving
This is-
throw. Excellent.
As you lick the mushroom, Saoirse goes, "Wait, are there edible things in here?"
I mean, if you could put it in your mouth, it's edible, right?
All
I don't
right.
think that's how that works.
This
Don't just tell me anything.
fungus, it's not exactly a mushroom, but this fungus that you lick tastes a little bit, just like a hint of a stew your mom used to make.
This is good stuff, y'all.
It was the worst
Yeah,
thing
I'm
you've
gonna
ever
pick
tasted.
some. Oh, never mind. Not
You
good.
never had the heart to tell your mom.
Oh,
Mom was apparently not a
See?
great cook.
yeah, mom wasn't so good. We'll stay away from that one. That
That
one
one,
tastes like
it like
mom's
implies
stew.
that we're going to
Not
go
good.
and look for other ones.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, if you do find a good one, let me know.
Oh, I will.
Ah, yes, but be looking for the highlight of the day, making stew later.
I mean, you gotta eat, right?
Exactly.
I'm always up for something good to have. Food. People, you know.
Anything in this particular direction?
Yes. So as you cross up these stairs, you come across a statue.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. Hanging on that.
Yes, right there. This statue is old, it's dusty, it's covered in spider webs, or at least there's a few there. And it is of an armored figure, kind of burly. It's all crafted in stone, but he's wearing an old-fashioned style of armor. You're not sure what it would have been made of if it was real armor, but it looks kind of like plate mail armor. He's wearing what I could only describe as like a kilt, as opposed to like pants or leggings or anything. It's more like a kilt.
How detailed were the artists?
These ones were pretty detailed. So if you can imagine like the clay warriors from China, that's basically how detailed this thing is. You can make out facial features.
I wasn't looking for facial features. You said a kilt.
Yeah.
Sorcerer was like on the same mind.
Let's just put it this way: the kilt is detailed enough that you can make out the pattern of the tartan. Not colors, but you can make out what you might assume to be the pattern.
I think she wanted to know if she could see what's under it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the tartan?
This is truly
One sane person here. If I can recognize the pattern.
Not quite that detailed.
Okay.
That's worth a look.
Yeah. As far as making out the tartan, it's kind of a plaid pattern. Like the engravings are there for a plaid pattern, but there's no color. So you can't tell like what clan or anything it would have been if it was modern day Scotland. But he's got one hand around the haft of a halberd, and on his left side is he's wearing a sword belt, and on his left side he's wearing a sword. It's a longsword.
I prefer my art.
How big is
a little
this
bit less
statue?
tasteful.
The statue stands 7 feet tall.
Did you mention what species?
It's a
it
very
was?
long sword.
Looks to be human.
No, we can't tell if it's a longsword or not. I already checked.
But whoever would like to can give me a perception check.
Yeah. I'll be perceptive.
You're not going to believe this.
One.
Another natural 20.
Whatever. You are so full of it.
I'm on a roll. I'll take a picture of it.
You're
if
on
you
a
want me
roll?
to. I'll put it in the chat.
You have definitely been blessed tonight.
Next session I'm not going to be. That's how the dice gods work. And it's going to be when I'm like dying or something.
Right.
Right. The 20s when it really doesn't matter much, and the ones when you really, really need the good rolls. That's how it works.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see. Get everything almost done with the videos. Give me half a second. But let's see, we've got 18, 24, 17, 23, and a natural 20. So I'll get to Greer here in a second with her natural 20. For the rest of you, or actually I'll include Arius and Saoirse in that too, because they did get over the 20. So for Ari and Gray, the two of you, this sword, this long sword that is hanging from the statue's waist, it's very detailed. In the scabbard, you can actually make out runes. that kind of go down the scabbard, possibly saying something. But for the other three of you, you see all of this. You see the detail. You see the runes going down the scabbard. You also see that it's not stone.
That's worrisome.
The statue is stone. The sword and scabbard.
The sword
are
is not.
That sword.
Pull that out. Pull that sword out. I'm gonna, I mean, I'm pretty small, so I can just feet up on the side of the statue and grabbing the hilt. I mean, it's trained it. I'm not getting very far.
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics, that's cute. Okay. I have a -1. 3.
Wait.
stuck in there
I
pretty
threw a
good.
guidance on that for no reason.
Yeah, what is that? A +4? Plus D4?
It's a 1d4. I don't think that's gonna help.
Excellent. Oh, every little bit counts. Here we go. Look at that. Plus another 4. I mean, that's 7. That more than doubles my.
Can I-
Oh, it didn't
And a
push
guidance
that. I
as
just
well.
did a
Can you
D4.
guidance on a guidance?
I think one's going to be enough.
It's fine.
One guidance is me.
The DC was 6. They got it now.
Yes.
Yes.
So, as you're kind of yanking and pulling on the hilt of this sword,
Mm-hmm.
little bit of dust knocks off, but otherwise it's not moving. Not for you.
Guys, there's no way to get this out. I tried.
Will a mage hand?
It's
pull that out?
impossible.
You said
Wow.
the
Wow.
scabbard looks really detailed too.
Yes.
How big is this thing?
The sword or the statue?
Both?
Statue stands about 7 feet tall. The sword is average length for a
Average
longsword.
life.
Does the belt look like it's real? Like, could we just take the whole belt off?
If it is really well stuck on there.
We're just roping statues now.
Let me try. It was an athletics, right?
Yes.
Guidance.
Guidance. Yeah. 10. This.
Okay.
1. So 11.
11. You give it a good pull. You see more dust shake off of it.
That's really in there.
You hear stone groan.
Did everyone else hear that?
Well,
That was
it's
odd.
it's more like an effort that
Ah.
like it's holding on to this, and it's just it feels like it's not going to
Doesn't
go.
want to let go.
But the statue doesn't actually groan.
Perhaps those runes will shed some light. Can anyone read them?
A few of you can. Those of you who speak Sylvan.
Ooh, excellent.
Sylvan?
can.
I think everybody in the
Mhm.
party speaks Sylvan.
I should be able to, but I actually don't have that on my character sheet.
Just about all of us.
I can maybe correct that with the new version of Arius. So next time.
Well, so Saoirse walks up and looks at the runes.
Okay. So it's an ancient dialect of Sylvan. The statue's been here very long time. But the runes, when you kind of piece them out and translate, say Guardians of the Guardian.
Weird thing to say.
Who guards the guardian?
But
Oh,
there's
very
only
good
one of
guardian.
them.
Are there any statues elsewhere down here that we have possibly missed? Or
let's
up
see,
ahead?
Are there? I
It
am
looks like
not
there's one up ahead.
There might be one more up ahead.
Right here.
But let's save this mystery for a bit. And we'll continue on, see if we can find Arius's friends. And we'll come back to this, yeah?
Sounds good to me. I am rather intrigued by that sword. But
Doesn't seem to be budging or going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. At least not from those two attempts.
Okay, then onward it is.
Okay. Feel free to press onward as the stone stairs climb up to higher levels. You look down and you see a pool of water. A couple large boulders sitting in the water. As you look down, anybody who would like to can give me a perception check, looking into this pool of water.
$22.
Okay.
They're just quite distracted thinking about that sword.
I have very swingy rolls. I got a 10.
So did Saoirse.
I've been rolling hot tonight.
Yeah, you have. So, luckily, a 10 is still enough.
Hey.
As you look down into the pool, you see a variety of small fish swimming around. You also are... So, for those of you with 10s, you see these fish. The 15. And what did you say you got, Greer?
22.
22? Okay. So, Ari, you see the fish as well. You also see something shiny down there.
Oh.
Underwater.
I mean, how deep is this water?
It's probably 4 or 5 feet deep.
I mean, that's like twice my height, 2.5 times my height. Well, let me dive down
I'm
there.
gonna go for a swim.
I mean, maybe. I might.
Okay. And then for...
Yeah, I need to get the shiny bits.
Yep. For Gray and Greer, or 2 G's, the two of you see the shiny. And about 2 or 3 feet away from it, you see what looks to be... It looks very much like the sword that the statue is holding.
Maybe they were issued.
Interesting.
You see one. You kind of look around a little bit more. You see a second one. As you keep looking around, you count 15, 20 of them in here. None of them have their scabbards.
Suddenly very nervous to touch these. Why are they in there?
Well, maybe it wasn't always filled with water.
Maybe it wasn't always filled with swords.
Generally, lakes aren't filled with swords unless they're, dictating a ruling system.
Why are there so many?
There's probably a battle here.
Why
If
do
it
they
is
all
ruined,
match?
something would have had to have happened for,
Maybe
it to become a rune.
they're the guardians of that one guy over there. Guardians of the Guardian. He's a guardian, and they're guardians of him. Guardians of the Guardian.
Well, considering the statue's still up, they guarded him well.
I'm diving for shinies, Sarah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Are you just like diving into the water from up here? Or are you going to float down and just kind of sink in?
I'll dive in. Why not?
Okay.
I don't need it to be spectacular, but...
Give me an acrobatics check.
Maybe? There we go. Maybe?
Maybe. With a 15. Describe your dive. We'll go from there.
Describe the dive. Okay. So, like, run, leap off the ledge, do like, float for a second, like in a swan dive, and then tuck and dive down.
Got it. All right. So you take a running jump, leap off of the edge. Perfect form. Wings holding you aloft in just this like perfect swan dive form. And then just as you think she's going to hang there forever, she pulls her wings back, goes into a full tuck, does a... I don't even know the diving terminologies, but basically goes in, floats, and then just flips into a tuck and just dives straight down. As the rest of you look on, you barely see a splash. How would you rate it? 1 to 10.
9s across the board.
Okay.
8.9.
I was robbed.
Just to screw with it.
9.5.
Nice sign.
Love it. So solid scores. Could use some improvement, but overall pretty solid.
I'm
So
not perfect. I don't claim to be.
No splash
It's
whatsoever. Close. As you dive down, you swim deep down these 4 or 5 feet. For you, it's deep. For everyone else, it's like, okay, I'm still walking here. But you swim down to this shiny object. You pass by several of these swords, which look beautiful. Not even a hint of any sign of decay on these swords. But you bypass them and go straight for the shiny. As you get to it, it glints in the dim light of this cavern. As you pull it up, it's a key.
Ooh.
And there's an emerald in the hook part where you would kind of hold the end.
A handle-like thing.
Yeah. So there's an emerald embedded in it.
Great. All right. Okay. Go back out to the surface then.
Okay.
I found the key, y'all. Now we just need to find the lock.
All right.
There's also some pretty swords down there. You want me to get some of those?
You make me nervous.
I think we should leave them for now.
All right.
I won't stop you.
They're probably a little big for me, I'm guessing.
Did you want to try diving down to see if you can pull one up?
I mean, did they look the same size as this statue up here?
Yes, they did.
I mean, I guess I could try. I have much luck with that one, though. Okay, let me just try one. We'll just try one. We'll see what happens.
So as you dive back down towards one of these swords, it kind of glints in the dim light, reflected through the water. As you pick it up, it is almost weightless.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So can I swim back up to the surface with it?
Sure.
All right. Kind of like slowly my head above water. It's a weird sword. Doesn't like weigh much, and then I'll like try to pull it up out of the water.
It is still weightless.
But
What's the
like
ratio here?
it's sharp. It's probably like
See, Ari is what?
I'm like 2
something?
feet, maybe.
Yeah. This sword is taller than you by, I would say, about 2 feet. It's about double your height.
It's quite impressive you holding that.
Okay, it's very light. It doesn't weigh like anything. And what if I like smack it against my hand? Does it feel like it's got, or is it just like nothing? What is it?
Are you smacking the sharp edge or
The
flat
flat.
edge?
No,
I
no.
was gonna say
The flat of the blade.
It
Like-
slaps. You feel the sting on your hand as it slaps, but it's still weightless.
Okay. I'm gonna fly back up, holding this sword
You're
that's
really
like
gonna
2.5
carry that thing around.
my size. I mean, I certainly can.
All right.
Does anything strange seem to have happened with her pulling this sword out of here?
Not so far.
You're just not sure if the sword is actually weightless or if you're just hella strong and she's kind of impressed.
It's the latter. Definitely the latter.
The guns.
Oh yes, she's been working out.
Swole.
Takes a lot of effort to avoid bandits.
Right?
So yeah, what do you want to do with your newly found sword and key?
Has it been less than 10 minutes since we encountered the big magical thing in the other room?
Yeah, it's you still got about 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, so my detect magic is still up. So are these swords lighting up?
Yes, they are.
What about the key?
The key is as well.
All right,
That's
so
a key.
Saoirse goes ahead and mentions that to everyone. What am I getting any kind of school information or still none of that?
Let me see. Let me look up the schools just to make sure I can remember them all.
Irsha, now
I
they're
guess
gonna
keep
know
your
I'm not
eyes-
super strong.
Healed to see if the key glows and the lock should glow, right?
Mmm. Might make sense.
Because what's the point of a magic key if you don't have a magic lock?
Let's see. Schools. All right. Wizard.
I don't know.
Let's see. So
Is there a keyhole on this guy over here?
Swords are. So the swords you're picking up transmutation magic.
That makes sense.
On the key, you are picking up. Let's see. Which one do I want? I did not plan any of this ahead. This is just me thinking of things on the spot, like any good DM. does. Do I want that one? Or do I want this one? On the key, you get conjuration.
If the swords are picking up transmutation, they may not even be swords.
Maybe it's a fish. Is it moving?
Doesn't appear to be.
Because there were fish. There were fish too.
Yeah, the fish are still swimming down there.
I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna put the sword down and dive down and try to catch a fish. Maybe the fish is really, really heavy,
Is it a
and the
swordfish?
fish is the sword, and the sword is the fish.
So you're going back down for a fish?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, I do.
For this one, give me a dexterity check.
13, so maybe?
They're fast. You have no swim
Ugh.
speed. They do.
It. Mm.
So you aren't able to get a
Everything
fish.
to entice them with.
I hop in there with her.
I'll pull out like a
and
little
try.
chunk of rations and try to like dangle some of my rations, make it move.
Okay. So let me get Cassie down there with,
Yeah,
or
fishy.
get Greer down with you.
I'm trying to Li Shang from Mulan, just
Ooh.
like
Put your tail down here
Grab
and
one.
pretend like your tail hair is a worm.
I've got a high dex. I can try and just grab it.
Well, first you have to get down there. Give me a acrobatics check, and then describe your dive.
An acrobatics check. Okay,
Unless you're gonna
Hey,
try
okay.
to climb down.
21.
21. Very nice. Okay, describe your dive.
Um,
Or your leap, however you want to do it.
Belly
I'm gonna
flop.
take
But which belly?
That's all I can really do.
You've got two bellies. You've got two bellies.
I'm trying
Which
to
one's
think of how I can
flopping?
gracefully do this. I do have a second pair of limbs to like climb and stuff with, but I'm heavy. I take a very graceful leap and fall directly down into a belly flop.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes, which belly?
And
Would-
land directly
would a
on the
centaur
fish
belly
and
flop-
smother it.
Or
So,
The splash generates just a
yes.
fountain of fish.
So there's a fountain of fish. There's a fountain of water. Those of you who are standing on the edge, looking on, soaked. It's essentially a cannonball with just pure horse.
You know, we could be back at the restaurant
Oh.
enjoying our dinner.
Now you're gonna smell like
Yeah,
wet
this is
horse
more
for a
fun.
while.
I needed this.
But as you splash down into the water, the fish scatter. And as you stand back up and regain yourself, both you and Ari look down and notice that all the fish are gone.
It's weird.
You just dangled your tail.
Where'd they
But-
go?
But one of your hooves is currently placed right next to another sword.
It's a fish.
All right, I'll bite.
They're swords, and the swords are fish.
And I'll grab the sword.
As you reach down into the water, do you kind of kneel down? Because it is like 4 or 5 feet deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I probably have to kneel.
kneel down and kind of duck your head down and grab onto the hilt of one of these swords. Or do you grab the blade?
The hilt.
The hilt. Okay. It is a well-made hilt. Leather wrapped. As you pull it up, in the water, it feels absolutely weightless. As you pull it up and kind of stand back up to full height, the sword remains weightless.
I give it a few like turns in my hand. It feels pretty balanced.
It feels perfectly balanced.
This is almost too good to be true. I don't know how to feel about these. Still keep it for now, I guess.
Okay.
Can you hold that still for a second? Your sword.
Sure.
I'm gonna lick it. I want to see if it tastes like a fish. Listen, I am nothing if not thorough. And if I couldn't catch a fish to find out if it was a sword, I need to find out if the sword is a fish.
You know, the swords could just be magic to be lighter. That would also be transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. But the fish are suspicious.
As you lick it, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Excellent.
16. Not bad. Doesn't taste like a fish.
Ah, it's not a fish, you guys.
The water that you taste is a little bit sweet. Fresh water.
Oh.
So it's a little bit sweet. But as you kind of pull back away from it, Greer, give me a perception check.
9.
As Ari kind of pulls back from the sword and you look at her, you notice that there's some blood dripping down the side of her chin.
Did you really just lick a knife and think that was a good idea? Look at you.
I mean, I licked
You
the
don't
flat
like
part.
the sharp side of the sword.
Have you hurt yourself there, dear?
I don't know, did I?
Well, you're bleeding, so yes.
I didn't feel like I got cut.
You take 8 points of slashing damage.
That's a sharp sword.
Those swords are so sharp. Please be careful.
Why did you lick a
I tried to lick the flat part.
That's giving dead spider. You licked it.
Stop
Disapproval.
licking it.
Actually, Gray approves.
It is either a very sharp sword or a piranha. So please be careful.
Oh gosh.
All
We need
this
to
is
make
going-
signs to hold up.
While all this is going on, Arius is going to keep moving forward, keeping in mind they have a key to potentially a door that might be ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So,
I'm
Arius.
sure the bandits aren't on the other side of that door because they would have had to have a key as well.
Mm-hmm. So,
You
Arius,
could unlock it behind them.
as you get into this corner,
And throw the key into the water.
and you notice this dark alcove. It's not like a passageway or anything. It's just like a cutout alcove. Give me a perception check as you're passing by it.
19.
All right. So with the firelight in your hand, you kind of illuminate the darkness in this little alcove. And as you look inside, you see 1, 2, 15, 20, maybe a little more
That
than
number jumped.
20 scabbards.
Spiders? Oh.
I was waiting for her to say, like, eyes looking back at you.
Wait, 20 what? What did we see? 20 what?
Scabbards.
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 Sword scabbards.
Piranha scabbards.
I found the scabbards to the swords you guys were obsessing over.
As Ari comes out of the water and back onto the path, Saoirse is going to walk over and say, "Let's be a bit more careful now. Let me kiss that better for you, dear." And she's going to kiss her on the cheek.
Before she kisses her on the cheek, Gray definitely raises an eyebrow at that.
And she's going to do a healing word.
I will be definitely letting you know if I sip entirely way too hot of coffee and burn my tongue.
10.
10
A
healing
whole
points
10.
back.
So you are all better.
Oh, thank you. That felt so nice.
And just think, when we use a new material, healing word's actually buffed, so it'll be even better.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But Arius, as you pick up one of these scabbards, you notice that it has the exact same runes on it that the stone statue did. Guardian
The ones that
of
we
the
can't read.
Guardians. Well, it's written in Sylvan, so pretty much everybody but you can read it. It says Guardian of the Guardians in Sylvan.
Stacked here neatly?
No, they are just haphazardly thrown in here.
Bizarre.
After
Took all the
pointing that
swords
out,
and threw them into the water.
Yep. Yep.
There's no bodies?
No bodies.
Well, nobody knows the truth of what happened here. Ah.
Sarah, is this like a path I can actually take, or what is this from here to there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I suggested that those of you who took swords then take a scabbard for safety.
Are the scabbards also very light?
Yes, they are.
Mm.
They've got a little bit more weight to them, but yeah, they're still pretty light.
All right, I'll take one. And I'll put the sword in it. Does anything happen?
I'll tie one up with the rest of my swords.
Okay. So as you slide the sword into the scabbard, you hear what sounds like... The best way I can describe it without actually making sound effects is kind of like a zing.
Zing. Okay.
So when you pull a sword out of a scabbard, you hear like a zing, or that pulling friction. You hear the same thing putting these swords into the scabbards,
Okay.
but it's very faint, and the sword slides in smoother than butter. But as soon as the sword is into the scabbard all the way, it feels powerful.
Interesting.
And as you get up to this next level on the pathway and pass by this second statue, you notice that this statue is less intricate. It has a pedestal that it's standing on, like it was actually carved as a statue. Whereas the other one, the first one you saw, looks more like it was at one time maybe alive. Kind of has that look to it. And I think that's a great place for us to end tonight. Oh, I've got some fun things planned for you guys. So for those of you joining us on Twitch, I want to thank you so much for joining us. We had such a great time. Looking forward to having Katie back with us next week to have our full party. I want to welcome Kate to our party as Ari. She's brand new, joining us on our second, technically third, but episode 2 of our Myths of Gaea campaign and creation of a brand new world. So our next episode will be the first Saturday of October at 8 p.m. Pacific, right here on Twitch. We'll have plenty of announcements going out over Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Discord, Instagram, and everywhere else we can think of to put it. But until then, thank you so much for coming to join us. Remember that a little bit of chaos in your life is a wonderful thing. especially when it's done with a group of friends like these. And remember, you are the legend beyond the dragon's tail. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Nice.